friends, welcome to my video. In this video, we'll see how to easily create a virtual voice assistant Android app using AI tools such as ChatGPT. So we'll be using the ChatGPT API in this. So let's begin, and we can create a new project. Name this project anything, probably voice-based AI assistant AI tool. Yeah. ChatGPT. I'm mentioning ChatGPT because that's what APIs will be using, but this concept can also be used for any other tool which exposes the APIs in similar fashion. So let the environment load up. In the meantime, I can show quickly a few things. So in this particular demo, we'll be referring the code from these three my previous examples. So this first example shows how we can integrate our ChatGPT model in our particular environment. So I'll be referring the code here. I can retype, but it will take longer, so why not to reuse it, and I'll provide all the links in my description below. The second is this one, where I have shown how to convert a text to speech. So this will help us to get a response in a speech format from our app. So this is the API what we'll be using. And the third one is how to, so this one I created a personal voice assistant app. So this was a simple voice assistant where the input is given from voice, speech synthesizer, and the output was done by the code, but there was no AI functionality here. So I'm basically combining this with the AI capability of the ChatGPT. So we'll be using the code from these three together over here. So let's go back to Android Studio. So environment is still loading up, so we may have to wait a while here. Perfect, the environment is loaded up, and now what I can do is I can also start emulator in parallel on the right hand side, and then I can start doing the coding one by one. So before I proceed anything, let me first update the manifest file. We'll need a couple of permissions from the end user. One is the permission for, I think, internet, because we'll be accessing the ChatGPT APIs, right? And other could be the permission to record audio, right? Because we'll be using the mic functionality. So internet is fine. We can use internet implicitly. We don't have to ask the user because Android understands this is all the apps needs internet access. However, for record audio, we may have to take the permission from the end user in our application code itself. So in the onCreate method itself, I'll put that request. So for that, what I can do is I can activity compat dot request permission for this, and it could be new string record audio and package manager dot permission granted. I think the earlier one we may have to import the right package. Just press alt enter here. It will import manifest dot permission dot record audio in the import over here. Yeah. If not, you can even manually do this. Not a problem. Okay, so from manifest file we are done. Now in Gradle we may have to import the implement the right library is what we require for this. So our application is anyway stored in the emulator on the right hand side. I'll just minimize this for the time being. We don't need it for the time being. Yeah. Coming back to my code in the Gradle file, we need to implement. So I know what is the libraries I need, and for that I'll go back to my code here and just scroll down. I think what I need is this one, volume. Yeah, implementation of this version. So, and I think 1.2.1 is the latest version, but anyway, you can check again. I think this is giving error because this should be something like this, if I'm not wrong. Control X. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so now everything fine. Just sync and the required library should be available over here. Now I can go to my Java code, or before that what I can do is first let me design my layout. I can minimize this as I don't need it anymore, and let me make it bigger. So probably I'll keep this text view as it is because this is the place where I'll try to display the output what we'll get from the chat GPT, and I'll just give it some ID here. Say for example text view. I'll put a button which is basically the button which will we use to start or invoke the functionality. So say for example, I can assist. You can name this button anything, or come up my personal assistance or assist. Yeah, this will be fine. I'm not trying to get very fancy here, but you can choose to be fancy if you want. And text, plain text where we can display the inputs. Although input will give using voice, but still I'm giving it as a plain text, so that we can also read the input what is captured by our voice assistant. The yeah, so this one, and then over here probably we don't need name. We can just give it a, some hint instead of a hard text, which is like a input here. Yeah, something like this. Okay, perfect. And of course we'll need some id over it, so id is there by default, but I think I don't need. Yeah, just uh, I'm updating it to edit text. So looks good. Now I'll go switch to my Java code quickly, and here probably I'll first create a public method, public void button assist. So this is basically will be called whenever my button is clicked. That button assist, spelling of assist is of course wrong. It doesn't matter by the way, it's in the naming it will anyway take it what you have, so it's better to have the correct name. Coming back to this XML, and in this onClick attribute we can assign it the right method so that it can yeah, I'll just make it bigger or fatter probably. Yeah, you can even use some other widgets if you want to display the output, doesn't matter. No, in this class, in terms of class variable, what I'll do is I'll create two class variable. One is the text view, and the other could be what edit view, edit text. Yeah, edit text, and I'll be in the onCreate method itself. I'll associate these two to the respective widget. So find view by id dot id dot text view, and similarly edit text, find view by id dot id dot edit text, the respective widgets of my layout. So more or less I think we are good here now, and now we're gonna start implementing our functionality one by one. So as I'll go back to my this code. So first functionality will be to integrate our ChatGPT APIs in our Android app. So for that, what I'll do is I'll copy paste most of the code here. Yeah, of course I'll provide the update code also, but still it's better to use the code from here. So these are the three additional class variables which may be required. That's step number one. I'll come and modify this shortly, but before that I should also copy the other method which is required, which is this is the only one method used in that. So I'll just copy this method and paste it separately here. Perfect. So there should be lots of places it will ask us to do import those things. So just keep doing alt enter, and please note all of these are from the com.android.volley. Okay, so this will only appear if you have rightly implemented the volley library in the Gradle file, in this file what I have done initially. Okay, so if I go back here, and probably I should start from top, that may be better, and just press alt enter, and if I keep coming down, alt enter, alt enter, alt enter. So I think more or less things are done, or there are few more things left. So for this region, Android Studio is really cool. So yeah, all the things are gone. So if I scroll up here, uh, so more or less our endpoint will remain same. However, the API key, this one, as I recall, I have removed it. So we may have to generate a new API key. So I'll just quickly show the steps in this video also. However, for detailed steps, please refer to my previous video. In this tutorial, I've shown it in detail how to do that. Okay. Anyway, so what I'll do is I'll log in. I've already logged in to my ChatGPT API account, and over here, just click on this create new secret API. Click on this create new secret. Give any name, and then click here. It will generate a API secret key. Copy that. Make sure you copy at this point itself, because otherwise it will get lost. Save it somewhere. Say for example, I'm saving it in my file here, and then click done. Yeah, so once, yeah, you cannot recheck it again. Okay, and once done that, we can go to our Android studio environment and copy paste the same thing here again. Yeah, so this is our new API key. Hopefully it should work. This is a critical thing. Okay, anyway, so I think more or less our step one is done, where we have integrated the uh, this chat GPT in our code. However, I'll do one thing. I'll not make it public, because this will be called, this will be a method which we call internally, and I can name it as, say for example, chat GPT model. Okay, and I don't think I need view, because it's anyway not coming from the layout side. So, and but I'll need an I'll do one thing. I'll take the input string input. Okay, input, and I'll use this the input string to as the input for my chat GPT to process it. Okay, so here it goes as this input at line number 24. So earlier I used to hard code it in the earlier demo, but here I will take it as an input to this particular method, and this method I will call from somewhere. But now let's quickly go to the step number 2, which is basically how to convert the output into the speech format. So right now in the previous demo it was only in the text format. So for converting it into speech, I will need text to speech API. So I'll come here. Now this is my text to speech. Again, press Alt Enter to implement or import the required libraries in this Java file. And over here, I think I can use this, yeah, as it is, or you can even type it. I mean, it doesn't matter. And but I think I don't need local US. I'll leave it as it is. I'll just delete it. I think I'll keep the speech rate. 2.5 is too high, 1 is normal. So I don't think I'll, in fact, reduce it something 0.8 and so on. We'll check out how it works out. Perfect. So once I have the text to speech, then I can use this text to speech to speak out. So if I go back to my this code here, so here what I'm doing is I'm taking the text to speech, and this first argument is the input of the text, which has to be converted into speech. So if I go back here, and if I slowly scroll down, so I think my output is coming over here at line number 107. So over here I can implement this and let it print in text also, but this should also come here so that it can speak out. Okay, yeah. One more thing I'll do before I proceed further. In this button assist itself, I will see, okay, let me do one thing. If text to speech is speaking, then stop it. Okay, then stop, because what if you want to terminate, if the answer is pretty long, you want to terminate and then return. Okay, yeah, yeah. Okay, otherwise we can you ask our further questions from the chat GPT. Now I'll go to the third part, which is basically how to convert our output, which will be coming in text form, back to speech. So for that, something we'll use is speech recognizer. So this is Control C, and if I come back here, this also I'll create it as a class variable. Okay, so speech recognizer, Alt Enter, and also I'll need an intent here. Control C, Control V, Alt Enter. Yeah, perfect. And if I go back here, so what else we'll need is we'll need to first create or initialize our intent with this one, and then create our speech recognizer. So I'll come here, and this will do it in onCreate method itself. Okay, so over here like this, Alt Enter. So I'm skipping a lot here because the details are already in my previous demo video, so you can watch it. Yeah, and I hope it should be easy for you to follow. So, and once our speech recognizer is created, then we can put a listener over here. So wait a minute, I can do one thing. Listener, new, and recognition listener. Perfect. Yeah, and it will automatically create lots of methods like ready for speech, beginning speech, blah blah. So I don't think I need all those. I just need one, which is basically when the it's ready on results. This one. Okay. So yeah, this is what I'll use. And if I again go back and take help from my previous demo, so let me quickly go back, and the code I need is this. Okay, so first I'll copy paste, control C, and over here if I come back here, control V, yeah, and I think one of this is missing, that's why it was giving some error in the next method itself, so that should be fine. Now I may have to implement or include all the again yeah, required libraries. Yeah, over here I think instead of visuals I should use this bundle. Okay, if it's not null. Perfect. And here instead of text view we can use our edit text to set the text, which is our input text, the first window. If I go back quickly to my layout, so this is the place where we like to display our input, what we have just now spoken. And also we'll use the same string to give it as an input to this one, which is basically ChatGPT model over here, and input will be string. Perfect. So once done this, it will come to this particular method. Yeah, but to invoke this speech synthesizer, what we should do over here probably is it's in my this code also it's written. So we may have to start the listening, and which is basically by yeah, just using this particular call, start the listening. So this will start or invoke my listening part. But please note, if it's already speaking something, in if you click it only once, it will just stop that and return. You have to again initiate the listening part. Okay. And in this also, what we can do probably is at the start itself we can do something. We can set the text as something like in progress. Okay. And also we can do one thing with we can use this text to speech synthesizer to speak this out. So I'll just control C, and if I come back here, and instead of string output I can just say in progress. Yeah, okay. And I think that's all. Let me try to rerun this code and see if it works or not. So yeah, it is asking whether your app should have the permission to record audio. Just say while using this particular app. Okay, and now it okay, by default it will not work. I know why, because we have not given access to our emulator to recognize our voice, but still I'll try it out if it works. So let me just click this assist and say something. Hello, how are you? So if you notice, nothing happened. I'll tell you why. Because if you go to this extended control over here, and on clicking it, it will open a new window. And in this, if you go to this microphone, you have to enable this virtual microphone. You use host audio input, so then only it will work, because then your emulator will be connected to your laptop or computer's microphone. Yeah, so I'll try again, and I'll probably ask some different question this time. Hello, how are you? Okay, so it is not working. So I quickly checked the code also. I think the mistake what I did was I put the method or the part of the code in the on partial results. However, it should come over here in the on results, not on partial results. So let me try to rerun the code and see if it works this time. Hello, how are you?
In progress. Hello,
Perfect.
I'm an AI assistant, so I don't have feelings, but thanks for asking. How can I assist you today?
Perfect. So we got a response. That was awesome. Now we can ask probably some different questions of to this ChatGPT API and see. So say for example, who won the last football World Cup?
In progress. Hello. I'm an AI assistant, so I don't have feelings, but thanks for asking. How can I assist you today? France won the last Football World Cup in 2018.
Okay, so if you notice, it first answered the previous part and then added the other part, and the reason for that probably is because we are not cleaning up the our output string very well. So if I scroll down, this is not getting cleaned. So what we can do simply is in our this particular method where we are calling the speech, we can just clean it up by making it empty. Yeah, and now I can run it again probably. Now first I should run this one and wait. Probably this time I ask some different questions. So how do you define God?
In progress. The definition of God varies depending on individual beliefs and religious perspectives. However, commonly, God is regarded as a supreme being, usually associated with divine power.
Yeah. So it was a very long text and I wanted to stop it. So I clicked it again because then this part of the code will run and stop it. Yeah. Now say for example if I want to ask some other question, some fancy question. Um, which is the best place to visit in Europe?
In progress.
Yeah, so it seems like this time it's taking a longer time to find out an answer to my this question.
There are many amazing places to visit in Europe, and the best place really depends on individual preferences and interests. However, some popular destinations that are considered to be among the best in Europe include 1. Rome, Italy. Known for its ancient history and iconic landmarks such as the Colosseum and the Vatican, Rome offers a unique blend of culture, history, and delicious cuisine. 2.
Perfect.
Paris,
So I stop it.
France.
It's a long
Renowned as the
article which yeah sorry I stopped it because it's a long article and this I think it will keep on reading all the text. Of course I just wanted to show you a demo that we can definitely uh, do text to text such kind of assistant or voice enabled AI tool for your Android app. So that's all I wanted to show you. I hope this video is useful to you. If you have any questions or suggestions then please put in the comment section below. And if you like this video, then please subscribe to our channel. Thank you and have a nice day. Bye.